Hello everyone, my name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the short story, The Lady with the Dog, written by Anton Chekhov. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment so the channel can continue to grow. Alright, so The Lady with the Dog by Anton Chekhov. Really interesting here, lots of things are happening here. This short story is called The Lady with a Dog. The dog doesn't really play a big part in the short story. I don't know why the dog is in the title. We could talk about it and see in the analysis part of this video. We can talk about it and see what it means, but the dog doesn't really play that significant of a role. Basically, we meet this guy by the name of Dmitri and this girl by the name of Anna. They're both married. Dmitri married when he was very young, and Anna, she's 20. And so she also married when she was very young, and they're both unhappy in their marriages. They're just not happy anymore. It's like loveless marriages. They have money, people who are married and they have money and things and all the niceties of life, but they're unhappy in their marriages. They're loveless marriages. Dmitri has a daughter with his wife, and Anna it's not mentioned that she has kids, so we can assume that she doesn't have kids with her husband. It's not really mentioned about her children, so there's no children mentioned for Anna within the short story. So basically, they meet in Yalta, which is a very beautiful, lovely spot that indicates that it's where the romantic couples go and have a wonderful time and love and romance and all the intricacies and all the beauties of love and beautiful places, like how people go to Hawaii sometimes and they go to Florida and the nice beaches and the palm trees and the nice restaurants and the sequoias and how couples do. So they're in Yalta. That's what's happening. They don't know each other yet, but they meet in Yalta, and when Dmitri runs across Anna, she's with a dog, and she's the lady with the dog, and Dmitri is a player. All right, he's a charmer. He's a player. Like, he's a ladies' man. He's been doing this for a while. He's been married for a very long time. He's been cheating. He's a cheater. All right, Dimitri's a cheater. He's been cheating on his wife. He's done this with a lot of middle-aged women in sad and unhappy marriages that feel trapped. So whenever he hits the town, he's just deep into that adultery, deep into that fornication. He's just out here sinning. All right, he's just working for hell. Just deep sinner, just out here sleeping with people's wives, just having affairs. And he doesn't care about it. He can just go out, find somebody's wife, sleep with them, have these powwows. Okay, no, let's not say that. Having some. He's just out in the street after someone's girl. All right, let's just leave it at that. So, Dmitri is a bad boy. All right, not doing good things, and he runs into Anna, this young 20-year-old who's married. In Yalta, he pets her dog. He's like, "Oh, that's a nice dog." He's smooth. He starts with the dog. This boy is smooth. He's like, "Oh, that's a nice dog, man." Yeah. This boy's laying it on. He's macking. All right. He's like, "How you doing?" How you doing, indeed? And so he starts going on walks. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a walk. How people are like, let's go get some coffee. So he starts going on walks. He goes on walks with Anna, and that happens. And then they start dating. Pretty much they start adultery. All right, it's pure adultery. It's adultery, and they start to get tender and close, and hugs and kisses. Lots of hugs and kisses. And they're just macking. And these people are married people. All right, they're married, but they're still, in doing the deed. And ultimately, Anna sleeps with him. They go to her hotel room, and they have watermelon. So they sleep together, and then after they sleep together, Dmitri has some watermelon. He has some watermelon. I guess after some fornication. You need some watermelon to wash it down, don't you? That's working for hell. So that all goes down. Then Anna feels bad. She feels horrible because she's married and now she's practicing adultery and fornication. And she feels like Dmitri doesn't respect her. And well, I don't know what to tell you. It's like you're married. You're in matrimony with this man that I'm assuming you love, but also you're on vacation and you're sleeping with this other man that you just met, and now you're in love with him. Yeah, it's a spin cycle. You know when the washing machine is going round and round, it's a spin cycle, and you don't know what's going on in there. That's what adultery is like. It's like you don't know where to go, left or right. You're in the midst of two men, and you love one, you don't love one, and you're tied to one. You're bind with one for life, but still you're out on the town cheating on them. And Dimitri here, he's just a professional cheater. He's a professional cheater. He tells us he's done this several times. After he sleeps with Anna and she goes back to her husband and he goes back to his wife, he's like, well, I'm gonna give it a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and I'm gonna forget about Anna. I'm gonna move on, boy. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Even though I'm a married man and I have a daughter, it don't matter. I'm gonna move on to the next woman in line. Just an evil man, an unfaithful, fornicating man. I mean, you could read the short story yourself and be like, well, he's a good man. No, no, no. This dude is, let's not beat around the bush. Let's just tell it like it is. Let's just tell it like it is. This man is just going around sleeping with people's wives. He has no problem with adultery. It's just for the first time, he actually falls in love with Anna, and he's like, man, I can't live without this woman, because he goes home trying to forget about it, be like, the sex will fade, the emotions will fade, then I can move on with my life and do it again with somebody else. But he couldn't forget about Anna. He's like, I gotta have her, I gotta see her again. And so he goes to her home. He finds her home. He hunts her down. He finds her, and he hunts her down, and he spots her. He spots the dog and everything, and they continue their affair. He actually goes to the theater. That's where they actually meet again. He goes to the theater where she was with her husband, her real husband, her true husband. And when the husband steps out of the theater or during an intermission, Dimitri slips and he's like, listen, baby doll, he doesn't say baby doll. I'm just putting that in because this dude's just so smooth. You gotta watch out for the smooth dudes. Yeah, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for the smooth boys. They just slide in. They be like, hey, how you doing, baby? Okay, let me stop. So Dimitri slides and he's like, listen, I can't live without you. Many nights I go to sleep. Many nights I go to sleep and your face, the gentle colors of your hair, your voice, and I just cannot live unless I have you. Just like the romantic type. And they have a whole emotional moment in the hallway. And Anna's like, well, same here. It's just so tough. Just so tough for me because I feel the same way about you. I mean, the sheer adulteryness and just these two people are just horrible people. I mean, you get married, but still. But again, I guess different people can disagree. I mean, you could say, well, no, they didn't do anything bad. They were in horrible situations. Listen, Dmitri loved his wife when she was young and beautiful. He had no problem having a daughter with her, all right? This man married this woman. He said he would be faithful, but still he's stepping down the town and going into people's marriages and ruining other people's marriages and sleeping with other people's wives. Anna, she's 20. I know she got married young. Maybe she didn't know what she wanted in life, but still, that's just, if you don't want to be with somebody, just tell them and move on. But don't cheat on them. Don't go behind their back. Don't commit adultery, because the person, that's how you destroy somebody. When the person thinks that you care about them, that you love them, that you'd never hurt them, and you're just continually lying to their face. And Anna keeps telling she keeps telling her husband, I'm gonna go see the gynecologist. I'm gonna go see the doctor. I'm 20. I'm young. I'm your wife. And I'm just going to be great and faithful. And she's telling her husband all these lies to his face. And this man's probably in love, but he doesn't know that He's being lied to every single freaking day. Man, that's just evil, man. To be lied to every single freaking day. Your wife, this woman that you married, that you thought could be faithful to you, and she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be out in Yalta. I'm gonna be out in Moscow, in Russia, and me and Dmitri gonna get some saucy. Uh, Let me stop right there. So basically, that's what happens. Ultimately, they keep lying to their spouses, and they keep meeting together until at the end of the short story, they're like, we got to find a way out of this, out of our situations, get out of our marriages, so that we can be together and not and escape our spouses. In terms of analysis and deeper meaning here, it's very dark. I mean, you've heard what I've had to say so far about these two people. Yes, Anna is young. I do understand her situation, but at the same time, what she's doing to her husband is quite dark. And Dmitri, he's the worst of all, man. He's just, from my perspective, again, different people might analyze this differently. You might have a different interpretation of this work. But for me, Dmitri is the most evil because he doesn't care. I mean, he specifically states he doesn't care. He'll sleep with people, with different women, create different adulterous relationships, sleep with people's wives, women of middle age who are unhappy marriages. He's just stepping out on his wife all the time. He doesn't care. He sleeps with all these women, and then after a time, their memory, their bodies, the whole infatuation of lust and the ecstasy of the pursuit and the darkness and the sinful nature of fornication and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter to him. It just fades away. He has no problem with it. And he was trying to do that with Anna too. Sleep with her, then forget, sleep with her and eat some watermelon. Let me tell you, this dude's a G. This dude's just bad to the bone. He sleeps with somebody's wife. He sleeps with Anna. Then he goes over to the table and he cuts up some watermelon. Oh, man. He washes it down with watermelon. Man, this dude is Dmitri something else. It really doesn't bother him. And at the same time, this dude had a wife. Oh man, this world, it's a dark world, man. This is a dark world. But this is a short story though. So this dude, I do believe that Dmitri did his wife wrong. He's been doing his wife wrong, and Anna, and it's really tough for her also. But that is the short story. I mean, I really broke this down very simply, very easy here. A simple understanding of what's going on. And The Lady with the Dog by Anton Chekhov. I mean, it does convey emotions of how deeply we can say Dmitri and Anna love each other, but I don't really hold fast to that. I mean, some people could read it and be like, oh, they're just so in love. It's a beautiful love story. I don't see it like that. I see it as Dmitri is a man. He just, after a while, he will get bored of a woman. All right. I know some women might read this and be like, it's a beautiful love story. And some people might read it and say like, oh, it's not that bad. But I am telling you that Dmitri is a horrible person within the short story because you can find specific points where he says, oh, beauty fades, or he even states that Anna's beauties will fade someday. So that even kind of like tells you in the future, you never know, he might grow tired of Anna as well, the same way he grew tired of his first wife and started cheating on her. So I do believe that Dmitri is a person, even though the short story kind of depicts that he's actually fallen in love with Anna for the first time, or he's actually in love for the first time. Well, you can argue that, but I think that Dmitri, there's more sample size to say that Dmitri has done this so much with so many women that he finds beautiful women, he sleeps with them, he creates these relationships with them, and then once he gets tired and bored, he moves on. So that's my boiling down of the short story. But also, you could also take it from the other side and say, well, Dmitri, he truly loves Anna and he truly wants to marry her and matrimony and bliss and all that kind of stuff. You can say that, but I think there's more evidence to side with the idea that Dmitri at some point will get bored of Anna and maybe say that, hey, she's too old and maybe she's not beautiful enough. Maybe she's not young enough. And the same way, same treatment he gave to his wife might be the same thing he does to Anna if they do end up together and break off their separate marriages. So that's my summary analysis. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.